Well, match week 1 of the Premier League continues, and it's another promoted side. It's Hull City who hosts Manchester United with Sergei Yarikovic going with Zolakis, Coyle, Ajay, Egan, Mendy, Giles is the back five, Bellumi, Slater, Crooks, and Stroud is a midfield four with Ollie McBurney, the Scottish striker, leading the line for Sergei Yakirovic. Well, Hull are back in the big time here, and they've got a stern assignment against last season's team who finished third. Michael Carrick, managing his first full season, has gone with the strongest starting 11 with a few notable exclusions. Lomans in goal, Mazraoui at right back with Luke Shaw at left, Maguire and Heaven as the two centre halves. It's the two summer acquisitions from Aston Villa and Chelsea, Yuri Tielemans and Andre Santos in midfield, and Buemo and Patrick Dogu as the wingers today, with Bruno Fernandes in the number 10, and it's Mateus Cunha leading the line with Benjamin Sheshko on the bench for Michael Carrick. What's up, boys? Welcome to the stream. Right on time. What are you praying about, Manny? Gautam saying it's all about serious business here. Well, not the easiest of game. Yes, on paper it is Hull City, but you don't want to really play a promoted side, especially at their home ground first up, because the home crowd will be absolutely fired up for this one. It's going to be uncomfortable for Manchester United. They're going to have to ride the early pressure and, of course, then see whether or not their quality takes them through. There's enough goals in that Manchester United side to get the win here and start off with a victory. Hey, what's up, Pratik? How are you, brother? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Expecting the Manchester United fans to tune in here and expect a result here. Have gone without Mbuemo for FPL. Whole world has a Manny stress for different reasons. Someone welcome, bro. Yes, it is Andre Santos who moved from Chelsea to Manchester United. 48 million quid plus about a couple million pounds add-ons, as Manchester United's first midfield signing was from Chelsea. They did beef up with Yuri Tielemans and then, of course, Carlos Baleba, who will be announced next week at home against Ipswich. Manchester United getting both promoted sides of their first couple of games. This is perfect for United to try and go 6 points after Arsenal put Coventry to the sword with a 3-0 performance yesterday. Manny, you're rooting for Bruno Fernandes? You are dead to me, though. Look at you, shameless. Well, Bruno Fernandes will have to go again. Santos as good as people saying he is. Well, we'll wait and see, Pratik. We will wait and see. He's got the bones about him. He's got the minerals, as they say. He is a good player, but whether or not he can make that step up as your lead number 6, especially with Carlos Baleba, who's going to be expected to start a lot of games once he's fit and in the things of action, he's going to be a real problem, as Manchester United's midfield rebuild has officially been complete. Well, Kobbie Mainoo is on the bench. So is Marcus Rashford with the number 9 jersey for the man who left for Aston Villa and then Barcelona. The midfield two of Tielemans and Santos should be very, very interesting. Well, we're off and running. Manchester United, who finished third last season, will be looking to go one step ahead, this time with more commitments, especially domestically and in Europe. Ollie McBurney goal today. He always scores against us. Which club did he score for, Gautam, when he was playing against you guys? Because this guy has been pretty much a journeyman striker, hasn't he? He's a model pro. Manny, you're a man of culture. Don't let the haters get you down, says Gautam. He's got FPL business. The man has been stressed all week long. One goal for Yuri, says Dubious Kingsley. Well, Yuri Tielemans is a class player, man, in midfield. Manchester United have not had a controller in midfield since Michael Carrick himself all those years ago. So you can understand why Manchester United are excited to have a player like Yuri Tielemans in their ranks. A proper number 8 who's got international and European pedigree. 35 million quid for him. Fernandes finds Tielemans. Now to Mbuemo. Oh, that's right. Chris Wilder's Sheffield United. That's where he was. The overlapping centre halves and all that. Whew. Yeah, indeed, Manny. Santos is a solid player. He's got great upside, like you mentioned before. Wasn't fully utilised at Chelsea. Did play 7 or 8 games under Liam Rossini, where it was him and Caicedo in midfield. A change this time with Chelsea's midfield slightly weakened this season, with Manchester United's midfield going up a level. They'll take a clean sheet from Maguire, but they can concede once Maguire scores. Manny, you've got very specific requirements. Might as well tell the two coaches what you want. Well, the back five for Hull, certainly interesting. Mendy, Egan, and Ajay. They're going to have to be as compact and low block as possible. Manchester United do struggle to open up low blocks. With someone like Yuri Tielemans in midfield who can just clip those looping passes, the reliance on Bruno Fernandes might just take a back seat this season, especially with a fully functional midfield now. You know that Michael Carrick likes that, being a top midfielder himself. Here's Egan. We saw Arsenal yesterday. Just looked imperious. They looked phenomenal yesterday. Granted, it was against Coventry at home, but they looked the part, man. They looked a solid outfit, and they really put away the newly promoted side. The champions of the championship, no match for the champions of the Premier League. Of course, we got another few games kicking off today. It's going to be a busy Saturday, busy Sunday as well. Tomorrow, I'll be doing 2 live games by the looks of it. Both the Bournemouth and Manchester City game, and of course Newcastle United hosting Liverpool at St. James's Park. Hayden with a nice line break. I'm excited to see Aiden Heaven this season for Manchester United. He started playing a bit more of a presence. Oh, there's a good pass forward. Fernandes gets there first. He might get fortunate here, but Zolakis comes across and makes a smothering save. A long pin forward, and it's Bruno Fernandes almost playing like a second striker here. He's made the late run. Good pick out this from Yuri Tielemans. That's what he's all about. And someone like Benjamin Šeško can really profit with someone like Yuri Tielemans playing those balls over the top first time. But Michael Carrick had to be patient in terms of his signings coming in. He was sort of been slightly frustrated with Manchester United only signing Santos and Tielemans for most of the summer. Then you get that big bang of Carlos Baleba coming in. Whether or not they go and invest at left back, we'll wait and see. With Luke Shaw and maybe Patrick Dogu as covered there. Dogu, of course, starting left wing today. So interesting to see whether or not Manchester United do end up pulling the trigger for a left back with the window closing in about a week's time. Decent clip pass on to the right-hand side. Here's Crooks. Now McBurney. Channel pass on to the right-hand side. Here's Belumi. Here's the Algerian now. He gets away from Hayden. And the cross comes in. Decent ball in. Oh, he should have buried it at the far stake. Ollie McBurney makes the right run there. And Manchester United get fortunate. Woo! Floodlights on at 12:30 p.m. in the summer. Hull is not a real place. So is not most of the UK by the looks of it. This was Brian Mbeumo doing really, really well. It was Mazraoui, actually. Both of them look like absolute twins, man. The same beard, the same bald head. It was Mazraoui with a good defensive interception there. Good start there for Hull, though. Giving the ball away in midfield. Luke Shaw gets caught out of position. Belumi tries to just hammer that through. Andres Santos shuts it down. And now it's Hull bringing the ball back again. Not bad. Hull not sitting back. Very much want to have a go at Manchester United here. Here's Mendy. Decent pass into the channel. He's asking a lot out of Strode. Sweet can't keep that in play, and it's out for a goal kick. Not bad. Gautam, you're done with the Dogu left wing experiment already. Well, that's the thing. Manchester United's left wing spot. I mean, at full strength, I expect to see Cunha there. But again, Cunha is not a natural left winger. So that's kind of an out of position place for Mateus Cunha. So whoever's playing at left wing, that's good play this from Tielemans. But he gets robbed off the ball. Oh, he was sandwiched between 3 players. Yeah, Manny, I get it. The stream has been lagging a bit. Stupid Geo. It is what it is. Well, Tielemans took a bit of a gamble there. Yeah, that's the thing, Gautam. Your left wing spot is going to be a bit problematic. We're going to see very soon Marcus Rashford possibly nailing down that left wing spot. Shaw and Rashford running things back again. The stream's all good. Thanks, boys. Back to business. Here's Andre Santos. Finds Yuri Tielemans. Kobbie Mainoo on the bench here. He just didn't play. I don't think he played a single minute in the World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. Would have been eyeing that starting spot, but with Carlos Baleba coming in as well, Menu needs to step up here because you're looking at two specialist six in Baleba and Santos, and if you want Tielemans in your team, it's going to be in place of Menu. You're not going to see Menu and Tielemans play together, so Manchester United fans might have to get comfortable seeing Menu on the bench for a lot of the games. Pratik, you're ready to see year number 10 of Marcus Rashford by the looks of it? Well, yeah, it looks like it's not going to be Dogu left back. It's going to be Luke Shaw left back, that's for sure. Unless you're willing to see the Rashford-Luke Shaw left side combination again. But yeah, Patrick Dogu signed as a left back, but I thought last season when Carrick was at the helm, he was outstanding at right wing. Scored against Manchester City and, of course, that firecracker against Arsenal. But again, it looks like he's not going to be completely moved out of that right wing spot because it's Mbuemo, there's Ahmad even who can play there. Oh, Hull have pinched the ball here. That's a foul, and Rev, that could be a red card. That studs up. Oh, that is fortunate. They're probably going to have a look here. Maguire's come off the worst by the looks of it, but it looked like a clumsy challenge. Every time you see a player going down, especially in those kind of situations, Hull are defending the box quite comfortably here. Tielemans, that's a clear foul. This Hull kit is easily top 5 worst home kits in the Premier. It's pretty bad, man. Especially the black at the back. Yeah, guys, apologies for the start-stop stream. Pretty powerless in this department, but it looks like it's probably working again. We should be okay. Manny, you're not built for the big time. You're already shitting bricks in match week 1. I don't have much hopes for you. I told you FPL remove Chelsea players. You are a big problem when it comes to you selecting Chelsea players and their form just nosediving. Pick all Manchester United, Liverpool, City, Arsenal players. Leave the Chelsea boys alone. Luke Shaw having to really go after it. Pick all Manchester Arsenal players. Leave the Chelsea boys alone. Luke Shaw having to really go after it. Pick all Manchester Arsenal players. Yep. I'm really sorry, guys. The stream's just starting and stopping. The net's not stable by the looks of it. Should be okay in a minute or so. Pretty stable now is Manchester United. Again, going long here. Sonny Lomans trying to bypass the press. No Sheshko in the side. Manchester United not the tallest in the forward regions. Here's Mazraoui now with a channel pass. Good defending there by Coyle. Mendy on the slide. Good play this from Hull. Sergei Yakirovic. Pretty charismatic personality with the eyes of steam. I mean, it looks like a taskmaster. I think he was tasked with just about keeping Hull in the championship, going one better, winning through the playoffs. Here's Aiden Heaven. Nice again. Good pass between the lines. And you're seeing those clip passes that Manchester United are trying to play here. This time Patrick Dogu trying to latch onto it, but I really like the look of Aiden Heaven here. As that left-sided centre half, might be a bit premature, but Manchester United fans let me know. But I think he's ready to just start over Lisandro Martinez as that left-sided centre-back. I mean, I'm sure at full strength when De Ligt is back, maybe we're going to see Maguire and De Ligt as the two options, but very similar, aren't they? And someone like Aiden Heaven, I mean, I saw him at Stamford Bridge last season playing against us, and he looked class, man. He really looked class. Gotham games like this is why you need Baleba. I don't think so. I mean, Baleba, great in, yes, tight spaces, but he really excels when he can really drive with the ball forward. Manchester United don't have such problems so far. It's the one that's been able to, struggling to build out the back here. Hull getting back into positions too easily. Here's Tielemans. Again, you've got ball players in the central areas. That's when you need to start using them. Luke Shaw on the left-hand side. Clip pass in. It's awkward. Oh, it might land firmly. What a save. Well, Mbuemo cracks it well. Zolakis just gets something on it. Bruno Fernandes, Tielemans trying the drag back. It's a good save, but it's fortuitous in the manner it falls to him. Shaw just puts it into an area, hoping for it to kind of reach Mbuemo. Strikes it well on his right foot. Good save by Konstantinos Zolakis. Not so hot take is Aiden replacing Licha by the end of the season. Yeah, I don't even think you're going to have to wait till the end of the season, Gautam, for that. I just don't. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. I mean, the one thing that Lisandro Martinez has over your centre halves, or at least you think that has over the centre halves, is his ball playing ability. But Aiden having the ball at his feet looks the part, man. He looks the business. Then, of course, physicality, strength, pace, all those attributes. Aiden Heaven absolutely clears Lisandro Martinez. Who's the 32 dude? I'm not sure, man. We're going to have to learn a lot about the Hull City side together. But yeah, I think you're mentioning Mendy on that occasion. I was feeling about Chelsea's season, went from open trading and the Tottenham game in Sydney, it was comedic. Chelsea, I mean, we're going to get better. Fernandes with the effort, off balance. It was Cunha, rather. Well, yeah, I mean, Chelsea, we're going to get better as the season goes on. There's going to be a lot of chopping and changing, but I think with Chelsea using the back three early on in the season might end up Chelsea being a lot more solid, using the two wing backs, three solid centre halves, and then, of course, Cole Palmer, João Pedro, and Morgan Rogers as the front three. Chelsea do have goals in them. McBurney with a clever pass onto the left-hand side. Into the 15th minute here. Very open feel about this. Cross comes in. McBurney's header. What a save by Sene Lomans. Well, the first big chance of the match, and it's for the home side. McBurney places his header perfectly. What a cross onto the left-hand side that was. McBurney climbs all over Aiden Heaven. And that should have been 1-0 to Hull. Hey, what's up, Arnav? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Where's KU? Manchester United support in the stream from him. McBurney, brilliant, man. He's a throwback. He's an old school centre forward. Sene Lomans, who had a very encouraging season last season. I mean, it was a huge 180 really from Andre Onana to Sene Lomans, just with Lomans being a much more calming influence. Stroud does well. Manchester United very much in a game here. They are very much in a game now. Hull City will have to keep that intensity going, but Sergej Yakirovic will be absolutely pleased with this start. Manchester United fans, how are the nails? Isn't that a foul throw by Mazraoui? No? Referee a bit generous there as Lomans. Hey, great to hear that on and off. All good. Have we done predictions for the match? Anyone predicting a draw? I mean, I wouldn't mind a draw, man. Why not? Can't have all the top teams win, right? I mean, I'm expecting Chelsea to maybe draw points Monday night against Fulham at Craven Cottage. But we can't be the only ones. No. Need a bit of support. Well, Spurs have Brentford today. Brentford could make things interesting. Mazraoui's header is a curious one. Manchester United get caught again. Mazraoui out of position on the left-hand side. Hull City with the ball into the box. Oh, Sene Lomans just parries that over the crossbar. It's a corner for Hull City. United are getting pounced upon here. They're all over them, the Tigers. And United can't breathe. That is poor from Mazraoui. And Mbuemo doesn't cover himself in glory either. He just lets that go. Lomans just happy to get a palm over the crossbar, and United in real trouble. Goal seems around the corner for Hull, says Aman. It's coming by the looks of it. Manchester United might have to weather the storm. Corner comes in. It should have been 1-0. What a save. And on the follow-up, it is 1-0. And Hull City thoroughly deserve it. They've been all over Manchester United. And it's the centre-half, Ajay, who buries it from close range. Hull City 1, Manchester United 0. And welcome back to the Premier League, Hull City. Well, they absolutely deserve it. What a save by Sene Lomans to prevent Ollie McBurney. But on the follow-up, the Manchester United defense is borderline comical here. I mean, there's nobody really marking Harry Maguire just stands still. He lets Ajay go. And Ajay says, thank you very much. And he just crashes at him from close range. Great save this by Sene Lomans. Powerless to stop the follow-up. Hull deserve it. Hull absolutely deserve it. Do Manchester United get fortunate here by some sort of a handball in the build-up? It doesn't look like it. Nobody really appealing. And Ajay from close range does the rest. Good save by Sene Lomans. It was straight at him when he was coming across. But yeah, Groot's forward finish. United totally competent against a newly promoted side. Well, yeah, I mean, the third place is not everything that Manchester United could go by last season. It's almost like Manchester United fans, I mean, I don't want to say all of them, but almost pretty much ignored the first part of the season. It's the same players, mind you, just a few additions. I can take the number 17 spot vacated by Tottenham. Well, Tottenham are going to be another interesting side. I mean, that's for sure, because De Zerbi, with his high-octane, high-action style, would make them a very watchable side, especially with the summer signings. I mean, getting Savinho and Marmoush for over £150 million is certainly interesting business by Spurs after spending big on the defence and, of course, in midfield with Mateus Fernandes. Here's Mazraoui as Manchester United looking for the swift equaliser. They have not started this game well at all. Tielemans, clip pass onto the right-hand side. Fernandes plays the 1-2 here with Mazraoui. Low-driven ball in, it's cleared away, and it's Tielemans! And it's well blocked in the end. Well, set up nicely for the Belgian midfielder. Trying to just hit the cover off the ball on the volley. Laman's carrying this defense right now, says Pratik. Well, it's not quite the Erik ten Hag defense, but it's close to it. That's a foul by Aiden Heaven. That's 2 hands on the back. De Zerbi Carrick as a manager. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. De Zerbi is a top manager. The only problem with De Zerbi is, it's like Antonio Conte, right? It just goes sour really quickly once the manager doesn't get his way or he finds something that's upsetting to him. He just chucks his toys out of the pram and just goes full on nuclear. It's fun when you have him, but when it goes south, things could get very interesting. But from Tottenham's point of view, it's a huge coup to get De Zerbi, especially at that point of the season. Spurs were head nosediving towards the drop zone. Igor Tudor having a nightmare time there. De Zerbi just changing their lives. Gautam, I'll just get back into that comment here. There's a free kick for Hull. 20 minutes on the clock. Hull continue to dominate. It's another cross into the box. United not deal with it. Oh, there's a decent strike by Bellumi. He's just leaning back there. The Algerian sat up nicely on his left foot. United are struggling. Not a single change from the performance versus AC Milan. Constantly trying to play into depth instead of gaining territory in Hull's third and creating sequences in that phase. Well, I didn't really watch the AC Milan game. It was pre-season, that's why. But it was concerning considering Ruben Amorim's side don't score too many goals. And the fact that I think they scored all 4 from open play, that should have been really concerning from Manchester United's point of view, especially with the season happening like a week later. You want to see a lot of positives. Again, there's a lot of players not in their right positions. Acuna playing centre forward, Dogu playing left wing. The rest of the side are pretty much where they're supposed to be. It's not too many square pegs and round holes, but in the forward line, that's 2 out of your 4 that's not playing in their right position. And even Mbuemo, man, I mean, we've very rarely seen him at right wing. We always see him as the centre forward. He's been starting as the 9 with Šeško coming off the bench. No signs of Šeško as well, boys. This is a €70 million signing. Did he pick up an injury at the back end of the season? I mean, I think he's on the bench, but he needs to start like nailing down that starting centre forward position, man. He just has to. Juju saying the Carrick ball fire emoji. We have seen no Carrick ball whatsoever. It's been Sergei Yarikovic ball, that's for sure. The lack of a true athlete in the side will always be a limiting factor. And enter Carlos Baleba for Manchester United. On the right-hand side, Mbuemo just puts it into a decent area. Good goalkeeping there. But Patrick Dogu just goes lunging in, throws himself like a missile at Konstantinos Souzlakis. We're seeing a lot of Greek influences. We saw Christos Zolis yesterday for Arsenal, Konstantinos Zoulakis for Hull City in goal. Well, thank you so much for everyone tuning in here live on the Saturday evening stream. Gotta love early kickoffs, don't we? I mean, the Chelsea game is unfortunately midnight stream, but tomorrow, not bad. I would say 6:30 p.m. is the Bournemouth Manchester City game, and 9:30 India time will be Liverpool traveling to St James's Park. So we will be live for both of them. It's going to be a hectic Sunday. Wouldn't have it any other way. 70 million is chump change these days. Well, still, there's expectations when you're a 70 million pound player, Manny. It might be chump change, but you've got to perform. Now sweeping pass onto the left-hand side, halfway point of the first half. Another cross comes into the box as Maguire clears it off the front post. It's all Hull City, mind you. Manchester United living on moments again, no surprises. Another cross-field pass asking a lot out of Coyle, out for a goal kick. Lose possession, plus how easy we are to get at so far. A lot of the same inadequacies of last season are illuminated, which isn't a surprise given the lack of turnover with personnel. I mean, you're seeing the same guys who've sacked a lot of managers in the past before. I mean, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, we're running it back again from Manchester United's point of view. And that's your core, really. That's your leadership group as well, because they're the senior voices in the dressing room. Again, you're going to add probably Yuri Tielemans to that leadership group as well, because Tielemans is like the original wonder kid. If you know, you know. 16 years of age at Anderlecht. And now he's, 27, 28 years of age? Yes, by age, he doesn't look too old, but he's logged in a lot of minutes in midfield over his career here. Here's Tielemans now. Goes on the outside. Playing in the wing spot here. They want a foul. They're not going to get it. Again, I don't really understand why Tielemans has been popping up on those right-hand side half-space areas. That's poor from Santos. That's a foul, ref. I mean, United might get lucky here. It's Patrick Dogu with a snapshot. And Hull City have every right to be pissed off here. They felt that there was a foul. Carrick looks worried on the sidelines. Again, that's from Andres Santos, was pretty poor. Manchester United do get the favourable break, and Patrick Dogu nearly squirms it past Solakis. 25 minutes in, it seems like United might have made the same mistake like they did with Ole. Well, we'll have to see. I mean, Michael Carrick, I mean, there are a lot of parallels, right, that to draw with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure, because both of them started off brilliantly as caretaker manager. I mean, Michael Carrick beat Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs. He has showed that he can hack it with especially an underperforming team. But now there's expectations. And that's when Manchester United, that's when I like to see them. Because when there's no pressure, there's no better team in world football than Manchester United. When there's no pressure, nothing to play for, just the odd 3 points here or there. If you lose, fair enough. You're no better team than United. But when there's something on the line, when the pressure is on, when the eyeballs are expecting United to win, you've seen this before. The Europa League finals, man, the ones against Spurs and Villarreal, that was prime example where you just had to win. And they both crumbled on both occasions. So, yeah, we need to see evidence more than anything else. Here's Tielemans. Tielemans is getting on the ball a lot more here. Andres Santos has had a bit of a disappointing start here. Debut professionally for Manchester United. United are shopping at Chelsea a lot more here. Mason Mount, again with an injury, started off pre-season, lasted 2 games for picking up yet another injury. Here's Aiden Heaven. Onto the left-hand side, finding Luke Shaw. Heaven again. And Manchester United's response since going a goal down has not been peppering Konstantinos Zalakis. I'm sure Hull City are happy to just sit back in their back 5 here and see whether or not Manchester United are capable of breaking open the low block. Here's Bellumi. Oh, lovely. Gets away from Santos, but Santos gets it back. I like the looks of Bellumi here, the Algerian number 10. Referee says no foul there. Luke Shaw wins the ball. Fernandes. Shaw to Heaven. Hull City has some old school type players and tactics. Doesn't even feel right watching them in such a high definition. This is a 360p resolution team. So far, so good, man. They've protected the goalkeeper really well. Again, I like that aid in heaven pass. Here's Santos. Mazraoui. Mbuemo. Again, is that Cunha there? Why is Cunha playing right wing here? I mean, I'm seeing Cunha and Tielemans both just shifting towards the right hand side. Both supposed to be in the spine of the team, mind you. And they're just drifting towards that right hand side. Trying to make sense of that. Again, Cunha, not your natural centre forward. Good turn there by Mbuemo. Now Mazraoui. Here's Cunha. Again, right wing here, Cunha. Maguire. Fernandes. Mazraoui. Maguire's cross in. It's a very good cross. And Manchester United's first real opportunity comes from a centre half crossing the ball in. Patrick Dogu making the run towards the far stake. Any sort of clean contact, and you're pretty much looking at the Manchester United equaliser. It's almost a very good ball there by Maguire. I mean, the first real moment of quality comes from the Harry Maguire cross. The last touch did come off Patrick Dogu, but first real encouraging sign that Manchester United have had here. Very forgetful half from United so far. That should be a foul on Santos. Santos just standing his ground as Crooks just clatters into him. And Andre Santos was signed for what? £18 million from Chelsea. Then he went on loan to Strasbourg, was young player of Ligue 1 under Liam Rossinier. Chelsea got him back as one of our midfield options. Did look good alongside Moises Caicedo. Then Chelsea getting a very mouth-watering fee, really. 48 million is a slight overplay from Manchester United's point of view, but if you look at the current market, every player seems like an overpay, isn't it? Oh, very calm by Ajay. Nicely done. Now, Ollie McBurney, the touch has to do better. Look at how poorly Manchester United are treating the ball here. Almost like a grenade. Just take it. Not, I don't want it. Ollie McBurney is causing problems in 2026. The Manchester United defense, just mind you. Can they get crowded out in midfield? This United performance, half an hour in, has been a shocker. Is it surprising though? I'm not really sure. When Marcus Rashford gets his first camera shot, I mean, how have you guys allowed Marcus Rashford back at your club, man? I mean, remember when he thanked everybody, and I don't know, he had a post out where he thanked his youth setup and he thanked Aston Villa, Barcelona. He just mentioned United out of it. He just felt like that was the divorce. That was desperately that was something Manchester United needed. Instead, he's back with a number 9 jersey this time. 350 bags a week. He's going to start games, man. He's going to start games very, very soon. And there's no way Manchester United, with all their austerity measures, are going to see a 350 bags a week player sit on the bench. Luke Shaw's throw in. Manchester United trying to make things happen here in the box. It might fall kindly here. Santos, Fernandes, well blocked. Well, this is where Manchester United can thrive here. A bit of chaos in the box can make things happen. Here's Mbuemo's cross into the box. Flick on header. Comfortable for the goalkeeper. Well, Hull survive again. Hull would love that second goal here because Manchester United are capable of just turning it on in a moment. But so far, there's been no evidence in terms of sustained play that anything's changed from Manchester United's point of view. Look at Hull popping the ball around, mind you. Look at this. They are popping it around Manchester United. Here's Crooks. Again, away game against newly promoted side. Not as easy as it sounds. They've got Ipswich at home, which is going to be a lot more straightforward, but away from home, you're always going to feel that atmosphere, that pressure that, yeah, you have to win now. Now we're going to look at Manchester United as, yep, can you keep winning here? Because last season is like, they kept going on this run like, oh, they're doing pretty well here. But now there's that expectation. We're all looking at you. Can you keep winning? Santos getting nearly mugged in midfield. Again, Santos not having the best gift games. Him and Tielemans trying to find that balance between the two. Here's Maguire. Might go for the big switch here. He does. Luke Shaw, immaculate first touch, but just gets away from him. Now Patrick Dogu. Here's Dogu with the drive. Again, has to release the ball, man. What's with the dribble in the box? We've got players queuing up, and once again, Shaw goes backwards. Here's Aiden Heaven. Harry Maguire. About 12 plus added on time remaining in the first half here, and Hull City thoroughly warrant their lead here. Jai scoring from close range after Sene Lomas making an excellent save. Manchester United conceding from a corner. Heaven finds Maguire. Maguire drives. Finds Patrick Dogu. Dogu now finds Nusay Mazraoui. Now Mbuemo holding the width on that right-hand side. Here's Brian Mbuemo. Again, Mbuemo against a deep block. He's not going to get that kind of Brentford-like actions. And now Hull City on the counter-attack. That's a foul and could be a yellow card as well, ref. It's on the stretch. Patrick Dogu goes clattering in. Well, this is why Rashford will start games. You're watching Dogu here. Again, Dogu right wing is the position, right? I mean, that was where he was really thriving last season, albeit for a short period of time. But Marcus Rashford, guys, let it go, man. Just let it go. I mean, I'm glad that you guys still sentimental and want to see him go. That means I'm sure the Manchester United board are thinking the same lines, but considering that they've been very tight with their funds. Again, in terms of sustained attacks, Manchester United have been lackluster. But again, how many times have we seen this in the past where United look absolutely trash in the first 45 minutes and lo and behold, they turn things around in the second half? If Hull City don't get the second, very easily see Manchester United. Again, have I seen any evidence? No, but it's Manchester United that just find ways. Here's Mbuemo with the ball in. Tielemans might hit it on the volley here. Instead finds Luke Shaw, shut down immediately. Oh, Mbuemo with the acrobatics. It might have taken a deflection. It's a corner. Brian Mbuemo tries the scissor with the definition. Let it go and do what? We have no wingers. Whose fault is that? I mean, I thought you guys spent like 200 million last summer on your forward line and you're saying you got no wingers. That's the thing. Sheshko, Ahmad, Mbuemo, Cunha, they're going to have to find a way, man. You can't just keep saying we don't have players anymore. Now that Manchester United are recruiting big, well, in increments, really. Praying and praying. Man, you have some shame, dude. Yuck, dude. Chelsea fan. Ugh. Maybe sold by Christmas if he doesn't perform, but he's worthy one last shot given his raw ability and history with the club, says Pratik. Well, he has scored 100 goals for Manchester United, hasn't he? So you can understand why Manchester United are clinging on to it. But remember, Barcelona spent 60 million on Anthony Gordon when they had Marcus Rashford in that position. Could just fill in on loan if needed. Barcelona are not the most financially sound club. Another decent cross in. United under pressure. Hull looking for the second before half time. Here's Giles. Here's Bellumi. Oh, clever. Beautifully done. The nutmeg on Tielemans. Tielemans not the best out of possession and he gets done there with ease. Fortunate not to pick up a yellow card here. Whoops. Is that not a yellow card though? Should have been. Tielemans gets a bit fortunate, but it's a free kick for Hull City. Manny, as much as you want a Bruno Fernandes goal, I don't. Maybe so by Christmas, Pratik, you said, but who's going to take a punt at Manchester United, especially on Rashford, especially on his wages, man? It's just not sustainable. It really isn't. Not when you give him 350 bags a week. And unless Rashford is willing to take a huge pay cut, he's not going anywhere. Decent free kick, and it is 2-0 to Hull City. Yes, they absolutely deserve it. This one's slightly fortuitous, and it's the two centre-halves that have scored. First Ajay, now Mendy. Hull City are 2-0 up. Let's go! The Carrick era has well and truly started here. And look at Hull City. They are putting it on Manchester United, and no one can say they don't deserve it. It's 2, boys. It is 2. What are Manchester United gonna do now? Great ball in. How about this for a whip on it? Brilliant header. How the hell is nobody marking that massive centre half? I mean, it's Luke Shaw the closest to Mendy. That is a mismatch. Mendy just runs across. Good header. Lomans gets a hand to it, but powerless to stop it. Aman, should I bring your predictions from a couple days back from the group chat? How stupid are you? Yeah, I can see these players come back from their friggin' holidays now. Well, they better, but I think it could get very ugly because Hull City are very much in this. And if they don't have any sort of inferiority complex, they can really put it on them. Nabil Mendy scoring. Wasn't he at Leicester City playing in midfield? Noble Mendy? No. Probably got that wrong. That was Napalm Mendy maybe, but it's 2-0 and it's both the centre halves, Sajai and Mendy scoring. And now United have to come from behind. Match week 1, boys, how does it feel? Oh, Hayden gets caught here and he could get fouled. Oh, brilliant challenge. He has to just drag that ball for just push and run. And Manchester United could have very easily conceded the third. Oh, United are falling apart here. Here's Tielemans. That's a foul in midfield. Based on their second half performance last season's. That's not enough, man. I mean, we got to gauge always 38 games. 38 games. I mean, United fans are happy to just completely put the first 19 games in the back burner and just say that never happened, that never existed. We saw it. It happened. The same thing with Chelsea, man. People like, I see the British media as well. Oh, Chelsea are going to have a phenomenal season under Xabi Alonso with no European football. On what basis? I mean, have you seen enough? Have you gathered enough evidence? Do you see as the squad being good enough? No, it's just freaking foolish, man. Unless we see evidence. Once we start, okay, Chelsea go on a 5-match winning streak, which is not going to happen, but then let's talk. Then say, oh, you know, Chelsea could have a really good season, but don't make it now because of what you might or what you think you have seen. It's just foolish, man. And you're getting paid millions of pounds to kind of make these kind of assessments. It just makes you look stupid. Yes, Santos. Forgetful first 45 minutes here from the two midfielders. Fernandes, this is much better. This from Manchester United, finally woken up, but not able to break down the low block of Hull City, who have once again trying to bypass the Manchester United press with a long ball over the top. 5 minutes remaining in the first half, and Hull City totally warrant this one. United's best opportunity has been that Harry Maguire cross for Dogu to try and attack it at the far stick, but other than that, Konstantinos Zalakis had to make that save of Mbuemo, yes. Goes straight at him. There you go again, Gautam. Just always making... It's not always about one player, dude. It's not always about scapegoating. I mean, it's not Patrick Dogu's fault he's playing left wing, mind you. He's been picked there. Oh, let's see. Yeah, exactly. Rashford's going to come on in the second half. Then it should be no problems, right? No, man. Look at your midfield. Look at Fernandes. Never about him. Never his fault. Always props when things happen, probably. Nothing. What has he created in this first half? Nothing. Cunha, right-hand side. Mbuemo, just completely anonymous. But it's Patrick Dogu getting shit. Come on. Mendy clears. Comfortable enough. Great performance this from Hull City. I mean, Coventry weren't too bad against Arsenal, but Arsenal were just far and above the better side. Once they got that second, it just felt like it was game over early on. For 15 minutes, Coventry gave Arsenal a decent enough game. But once Havertz scored, it was always going to be Arsenal's game. Throw in for Manchester United, who desperately need a goal before half-time. Flick on header, comfortable for Zalakis. Oh, the whole team has been trashed. Exactly, Gautam. That's how it's supposed to be. If your left wing is a black hole, maybe try and attack on the right hand side. No. And Mbuemo and Mazraoui, haven't seen too much from them. Again, Mbuemo deep block as a right winger. It's going to be very difficult. It's a completely different setup to what he was as a Brentford right winger, where he had this kind of space to really run at. I mean, he was absolutely brilliant. Then had a huge drop off last season. Did end up scoring in double digits, so that is a positive for Manchester United. That is Mbuemo, Šeško, and Cunha all scoring 10 league goals. It's still a moments-based team unless this changes. Nothing gets better. Facts, Pratik. It's absolute facts. You are a moments team. Dangerous on the counter-attack. We've seen this before. I mean, there are a few common themes in your team, though, that just prevent you from taking the next step. It doesn't matter. I mean, you get Baleba in the midfield right now. What really changes? He's going to turn. He's going to find passes, sure, but again, it has to be a whole identity that changes as a team, as a unit, you know. If you still have the same players who have stunk it up under previous managers, you're going to get the same result. Yeah, this midfield too is not it. Don't want to see them together for the foreseeable futures. Well, Gotham, we're going to come back to midfield positions just a second. Here's Mbuemo with the ball in. Dogu's header, is woefully off target. A decent leap from him. Getting into interesting positions, but okay, let's talk about your midfield options now, Gotham. We talked about pairings, right? Because Bruno Fernandes is always going to start, rightfully or wrongly. He's always going to start at number 10. So you're not going to be playing a midfield three. It's going to be a pivot each and every time. Now, Menu and Tielemans, I don't think they can play together. Maybe if you're playing at home against, say, Hull City or Ipswich Town, maybe you see them, right? One of Andre Santos or Baleba has to start. They just simply have to start. And then it's one of Tielemans or Menu. So can you see the likes of, Menu and Andre Santos even? That looks a bit lightweight in midfield. So the number of options aren't too many, to be fair. And one of the Yuri Tielemans and Andre Santos pivot is the pivot that you're going to see a lot more of, because they had a bit of a pre-season. And then, we've got to bring in Baleba in after his injury and struggles last summer. And then, of course, you're going to have to fit in Kobe Menu too. So, Baleba and Tielemans is exactly what I'm thinking that is going to be the pairing, Pratik, as the season wears on. Here's Nusayr Mazraoui. 2 minutes of added on time. A goal for Manchester United will be cruel against Hull. First time ball in by Tielemans. Should be comfortable for the keeper, and it is. Zalakis had a pretty decent game between the sticks. Not too much action for him. What changes? Are you not seeing us being ragdolled out here? I mean, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to make changes in terms of... If you're just going to make like-for-like changes, what really changes? And who's going to magically come and turn this game on its head? I mean, as I say that, I'm pretty sure you're thinking Marcus Rashford, but again, could be a foul there. Yuri Tielemans goes lunging in. Final minute of what has been a nightmare first half here for Manchester United. Fernandes. Tielemans trying to... Tielemans gets nutmegged again. That's the second time Tielemans has got nutmegged. Manchester United still have the ball here. Cunha clever. It's Bruno Fernandes deflection. Falls away to Luke Shaw here. First real shot that the Manchester United captain has had in this first half. Hull City have been strong, powerful, compact. Given Manchester United very little. Again, set pieces is where Manchester United are trying to make things happen. It's a long throw in. I hate it. If I ever see my side do this, just putting long throws in the box. Yuck. Here's Tielemans. Mazraoui. Get the ball in. No. We've got 10 seconds, lads. Santos. Mazraoui. Last attack here. Dogu finding himself at right wing. It's a crunching challenge there by Mendy. And it should be the last attack of the first half. And Sergej Yarekovic's men fully deserve what they've gotten here in the first 45 minutes. A giant Mendy, the two goal scorers, as Manchester United in the first 45 minutes of the new season have been diabolical. Half-time. Here at Hull, it's Hull City 2, Manchester United nil. Boys, oh boys, let's talk. Let us talk. Gotham, you've lost hope already. Come on, give me some tactics. Let's talk tactics, right? Couldn't do that within the Coventry Arsenal game because it was so I mean, it was pretty much done by the 25th minute. But let's talk tactics. How's Michael Carrick gonna? It can't be just like for like changes, guys. Come on, let's cut the crap. It cannot be. Let's bring Marcus Rashford at left winger. Let's replace Patrick Dogu, and then everything's gonna be peachy again. Come on, let's talk tactics. You're not season sharp yet. Well, you better get there. There's no time. The season started. Manchester United with the most comfiest of fixtures, really, to start off with. So, no real excuses, lads. No, 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 no. So, Kobe Mainu comes on in midfield. Are we going to see midfield three? Yep. Mainu was there. Yeah, Sheshko has to come on. Enough of this bench thing with Sheshko. Just make him start, dude. Like, if he doesn't start, I mean, if he doesn't have the impact, get him off in the second half, but it's got to start. Justice for Amram. No justice, no peace. It's Juju. Well, Amram is going to get what is coming to him for when he manages AC Milan. Sheshko and Menu on. Who's coming off for Menu? Who's coming on for Menu? Is it going to be Andre Santos? Manny's got his own personal agenda there. He wants Mbuemo off. Well, Manny, if there's ever a time for Harry Maguire to score, this would be it. I mean, this is where Manchester United actually thrive when there's no hope. They come out in the second half, and a Harry Maguire header is not beyond the realm of possibilities here in the second 45 minutes. So he might end up scoring a header again. And the expectations are on Manchester United. But when there's nothing, there's no hope left, United will turn up. So we wait and see how the second half does pan out here. Well, we're a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. Manchester United, a forgetful 45 minutes for the new season here. But this is where Manchester United thrive, don't they? When all hope is lost and when Hull will probably be sitting back here, Manchester United will look to attack and try and turn things around here. It's been a horrible first 45 minutes from Michael Carrick's men. The midfield has not worked. The forward line has looked disjointed. And of course, the defense conceding 2 goals here. So big changes needed here from Michael Carrick, and he'll have to stamp his authority right here, right now. He's no longer the interim. He is the main Manchester United manager, and he will have to stamp that authority. He's going to have to make big calls here. And whether or not he makes it early in the start of the second half, we'll wait and see. Or does he wait till the 60th minute to bring on some of his heavy hitters off the bench here? We'll look at the two benches really quickly, especially the Manchester United one. They do have options there. Of course, Benjamin Šeško being their number 9, whom we might end up seeing as the centre forward here in the second 45 minutes. Bruno Fernandes needs a more influential second 45 minutes. Left wing, are we going to see Marcus Rashford being introduced, or does Patrick Dogu get a few more minutes on the right-hand side? And Mbeumo has struggled against a deep block. Cunha has looked a little lost as that centre forward, so a lot of questions being asked now. Whether or not Menu comes on immediately in the second half, we'll wait and see. And if he does come on, does he replace André Santos or Yuri Tielemans? Well, Manchester United fans, talk to me. How do you guys turn things around here? You need a special second 45 minutes, and it has to be perfect here. If Hull score another, it's game over, and Manchester United will start off their season with a loss against a newly promoted side. So there is a lot of implications here in 45 minutes of football. Let's have a quick look at all the options Manchester United do have on their bench. Yeah, in terms of attacking options, Manchester United have Joshua Zirkzee, Benjamin Šeško, Kobbie Mainoo, and Joshua Zirkzee, and Shea Lacey rather, as the 4 options. The young number 10, whether or not Michael Carrick might trust him and just throw him in there at the deep end. And it looks like it's Marcus Rashford who is warming up, and he will be introduced early on in the second 45 minutes. Again, it's not the bravest, boldest of call here, but it's going to be like for like by Michael Carrick by the looks of it. Yep, Marcus is coming on, Pratik. Dogu needs to move out of left wing. Shaw needs to move out of this team, says Pratik. Well, yeah, if it's Patrick Dogu left back and Marcus Rashford left wing, might see a bit more dynamism on that left-hand side. Marcus Rashford and Manchester United have to put their ugly divorce aside and have to reconcile, reunite here, and almost start from scratch again. But that midfield problem for Manchester United is certainly going to be a talking point, and the combinations that Michael Carrick might end up using as the season progresses, and of course with games coming in thick and fast once the Champions League starts as well. So the balance is going to be absolutely critical from Manchester United's point of view of buying 3 midfielders, Santos, Tielemans, and Carlos Baleba, for a combined fee of just over 150 million quid. Manchester United doing their midfield rebuild, quote unquote, on the cheap, considering the prices that you've seen of midfielders going along in the league. Elliot Anderson going for 116, Tonali going for 90, Matheus Fernandes 85, Buadi possibly moving from Lille to Manchester City for 100 million euros. That's the kind of prices that midfield players are going for in the league here, and it is Marcus Rashford who is coming on for the second 45 minutes. And it's going to be a straight swap by the looks of it. It's Rashford on for Dogu as Manchester United will try and go again here. 2-0 down, Hull City in dreamland. Can they complete the job, or will Manchester United turn things around in the second 45 minutes? And we're off and running for the start of the second 45 minutes. The newly promoted side, Hull City, with both their centre halves on the score sheet, Ajay and Mendy, scoring from close range. And Manchester United now will have to come out and score the next goal of the match. Marcus Rashford coming on for Patrick Dogu. Bruno Fernandes having to lead the chase here. Awkward for Zolakis as he goes long, and Manchester United recover. Yep, we're going to have to see Manchester United now dominate possession and really impose themselves on Hull City, who might just be forced to just drop back a little bit. There's Mazraoui trying to go on the outside. Tielemans and Santos not having the best of starts to their Manchester United career in midfield. Here is Santos. Tielemans' passes intercepted with ease here. Here's Slater now, and he drives and plays a clever pass onto the left-hand side. Giles picks it up here. Giles with a decent cross into the box here. It's cleared away by Luke Shaw, and Senne Laumens will scoop it. Well, United will have to throw the kitchen sink in a sustained manner here. That's a clever turn by Cunha. That's a foul on the number 10. Noble Mendy. Cunha has gone down here, but shouldn't be anything serious. Mendy scoring a good header from close range after a brilliant ball in from that free kick. Manchester United conceding from both set pieces. Here is Aiden Heaven finding Harry Maguire. Maguire looking for the big switch here. Instead, he keeps it short to Mazraoui. Now it is to Matheus Cunha on the right-hand side. It looks like Cunha has now moved to the right and Mbeumo might be sent to forward here. Again, it's Cunha out of position and Mbeumo having to play centre forward. Well, that's the thing, Gautam. It's not that I don't think Šeško should not be starting. It's that he didn't start much last season. It was Mbeumo starting and Šeško coming off the bench. And off the bench is where Šeško scored most of his goals. And that's what I meant by that has to change when he's going to be the starting forward here as a deflected effort. Well blocked. United have started off much better here in the second 45 minutes, but that's because their ass is on fire here now. Can you imagine having Hull and Ipswich in the first two games, and the first game, the first test, you end up losing? Michael Carrick certainly feeling the heat. That's what. He's not going to be judged differently. He's no longer the interim. We've seen what he's capable of doing, and that's why the criticisms, really the valid ones, will certainly be highlighted. Manchester United's boardroom members, the CEO, Omar Barada. Who's that on his left-hand side? Is that Wilcox? I'm not sure. Won't be happy with what they've seen so far, but still a lot can change. Hull still defending confidently. Akirovic's side should be confident enough as Mbeumo sees the ball clipping his heels. That's a decent pass there by Crooks, asking a lot out of Coyle. And now Manchester United on the left-hand side. Marcus Rashford with his first touches. Here is the England winger, and he gets crunched. Free kick for United. Needless there by the recovering defender. Rashford just trying to have a run, just open his legs up and really have a go at the Hull defenders. Again, that's a poor challenge, really. This doesn't have to really make that, considering Mendy was in position. Free kick for Manchester United. We saw last season, especially with Casemiro in their team, Manchester United were a potent threat from set pieces. This time it's cleared away quite comfortably as Luke Shaw, of all people, taking the free kick. Tielemans does well to recover. There's Mazraoui. Now Luke Shaw. Bruno Fernandes playing quarterback here, and that's a very good pass. And on the stretch is Harry Maguire. Well, it's the centre-halves once again who are trying to make themselves known in the opposition box. Harry Maguire just peeling away on that right-hand side. Was he offside here? No, he would have been just about on. Good pick out there by Bruno Fernandes, but Harry Maguire on the stretch trying to make things happen. Corner for Manchester United. 5 minutes into the second half. Still 2-0 to the newly promoted side. Corner coming in. Free header there for Ollie McBurney. Clears that away. Manchester United set pieces not effective so far. Here's Tielemans' ball in. Maguire's knockdown header. It's cleared away. Well, Maguire in the opposition box seems to be Manchester United's best way of trying to pull a goal back. Here's Cunha now. What a cross in. Much better. United are cranking up the pressure. Pratik is not happy with the Maguire right wing shifts. But it looks like Maguire is the most potent man here. Bruno Fernandes' ball in. Flick on header there by Aiden Heaven. Trying to use the pace on the cross. Well off target. Every time the camera pans to Michael Carrick, he looks stressed. Look at the forehead lines. That's all you need to see. It was said that Manchester United will conduct a thorough assessment before deciding on their new manager. They decided that the assessment will not have to go any further than looking in-house with Michael Carrick. Haha, TJ, what's up, bro? I see that you're having a nice little chuckle on a Saturday night. So are we. Decent ball forward, Manchester United. Again, if they couldn't score in the first 5 minutes, Hull can take a lot of encouragement from it. United have thrown whatever the best they've had so far, and it's not worked. Here's Egan. Finds Mendy. Now Giles. Clip channel pass. Needless there by the left wing back. Just trying to clip it forward for Strud. Akirovic would have been absolutely delighted with that first 45 minutes. Complete team performance, capped off by 2 goals. Here's Andre Santos. 7 minutes into the second half, and United have been slightly better, but that's a bit generous to say the very least. Tielemans, again struggling in midfield, does manage to knock that forward. Again, Manchester United playing the long ball. That is not going to work. Nope, not at all. This is more than a chuckle. Well, if you had seen the second goal, you would have seen my reaction, TJ. It was more than a chuckle. Fernandes just launching the ball forward. That's the Bruno Fernandes special, isn't it? When he's frustrated, he's just going to keep playing those quarterback-like passes. From the halfway line, just launch it forward. Good hold-up play there by Ollie McBurney. Brilliant. That's proper centre-forward play. Senny Lomans finds Mazraoui. McBurney is struggling. It's another long punt forward, and Mbeumo has pinched this one, and he can have a run at Mendy now. Here's Brian Mbeumo in field. Fernandes lets that go. It's not the best decision as Yuri Tielemans. He looks like he's running on mud, dude. Tielemans is really struggling in midfield. Luke Shaw with a critical interception because Hull could have made United pay there. What a poor pass by Giles. Thanks, TJ. Yeah, you can wait for the shots. Or you can just drag the stream back to when they scored second. And Mbeumo's pass is poor. Oh, Hull City, what are you doing? Trying to be a little too cocky. Salakis decides to go long. Maguire wins that. Should have let that go for Tielemans. Instead, it's Maguire with the driving run forward. And now he's caught woefully out of position. And now McBurney with Harry Maguire nowhere there. Now they can really attack. That should be a yellow card for Santos as well. Oh, terrible pass, man. Again, down that right-hand side. There's so much space. Get that pass right. And United are in so much trouble. Hull City have to be careful here because they'll have to pounce on any sort of mistakes Manchester United are making. Tielemans... Oof, in midfield, he's given it away again. Oh my word, Tielemans is dying out there. I'm sure we're going to see Kobbie Mainoo come on at some point here, and it's have to be quickly. Here's Rashford. He's up against Coyle. He's got Luke Shaw on the overlap with the cutback. It's a corner for Manchester United. United still showing a bit of threat. When Hull are trying to commit bodies forward again, Hull have had 2 glorious opportunities on the counter-attack, and they've ruined it with some poor passing. Corner for United. 10 minutes into the second half. And Hull have been more closer to score the third and Manchester United have been to halving the deficit. We've seen this combination before, Bruno Fernandes to Harry Maguire. Will be Fernandes to take this corner. Maguire is slightly unmarked. Somebody needs to get touch tight on him. Fernandes is ball in. It's a deflected effort. Hull want the foul. They're not going to get it. There's still a bit of argy-bargy happening in the boxes. Mbeumo recycles. Terrible pass by Brian Mbeumo. Mbeumo's had a forgetful game. Bruno Fernandes half-hearted in the challenge, and Bellumi wins it. What a good-looking pass that is. And Sene Lomans plays sweeper-keeper effectively. United getting cut open again. Crooks making the run from midfield. Great ball in this from Bellumi. Again, look at Luke Shaw. He's trying to play offside. It's in terrible body shape as well. Sene Lomans bailing United out. Had to stop a car to leave a comment. I really appreciate it, TJ. Please drive safely. Heaven's pass. Well dealt with there by Mateus Cunha. Now Brian Mbeumo. Fernandes again. Fernandes launches it and finds Marcus Rashford. It's a long punt forward again. Seen that combination under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Bruno Fernandes trying to recreate that. Fernandes to Rashford. And that's the third or fourth long ball that Fernandes is just smashed forward. United are having a lot more possession in the last 10 minutes, which I fully expect them to have now that they're full on chasing the game. Velakis goes long, finds Ollie McBurney, wins the header. Aiden Heaven finds Maguire. Now Luke Shaw. Shaw with a decent drive forward. Well intercepted. United need to make changes, man. Just the one change. As I mentioned before, there was a lot of chat about Patrick Dogu at left wing and how everything was dying. Nothing's changed, guys. And it never does with just the one change being made to a terrible team performance. I'm fully expecting Kobbie Mainoo to come in. And again, my goodness me, Santos' pass nearly left it short. Here's Mazraoui who could cross it. Decides to check in on his left foot. Ball into the box is easy. It's food and drink for the Hull defenders. Maguire steps in here. Much better this from Harry Maguire. Now on the left-hand side finds Mateus Cunha. Cuts in on his right foot. Here is the Brazilian. Cunha. Rashford might have a pop here. Marcus Rashford gets intercepted. Cunha again. Decent pass. Fernandes. Rashford. I want to say this is intricate stuff, but it's just a terrible ball by Marcus Rashford. Oh, Aiden Heaven gets robbed off in midfield. He has to be careful. Ollie McBurney does really well, and he's turned nicely now. Hull City, can they punish Manchester United? Yuri Tielemans is a traffic cone in midfield. McBurney just slips past him. That's a clever-looking pass, and Luke Shaw just about shepherds the challenge. Tielemans in midfield. Guys. Yes, it's his first game for Manchester United, but it's been a concerning debut from a guy that you just thought will absolutely boss it for Manchester United. That has not been the case. Here's Fernandes. Manchester United just looking for the one goal here. Fernandes with the drive. It's on target. Fernandes has lost his head here, boys. It's long passes and long shots. That one looked like it had gone out of play there. McBurney just carried on. Again, Tielemans just getting done so easily. Approaching the hour mark here. The Hull City fans are in dreamland here. Just about the perfect start to life at the Premier League. Hull with 4 attempts on target. Manchester United with 3. Now Luke Shaw trying to bob forward. No chance. Michael Carrick. He has to turn to his bench here now. He cannot let this carry on. He's given 15 minutes with pretty much the same team, adding Marcus Rashford to the left wing. And nothing's changed. Nothing's changed, really. Konstantinos Zoulakis has looked relatively untroubled in goal. Sergei Yarikovic will be absolutely loving this hour here. And he is going to hope that the next half an hour continues in the same vein. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Yuri Tielemans. Could shoot here. Clever looking pass for Rashford. Good goalkeeping. Rashford's pace Here's something that Manchester United are trying to exploit here. He's making the right run. He would have been offside. Good line held by the Hull defense. Here's Egan. Finds Noble Mendy. Hull City continue to pop it nicely, comfortably. Here's Ajay. Egan, no pressure on the centre halves here. Manchester United, would be nice if they pressed them, but they decide to just sit back. McBurney, Hull are popping it beautifully. Here's Bellumi, who's looked quite a player on the right-hand side, and now a nice-looking expansive switch onto the left-hand side. Let it go here. Here's Giles. Hull continuing the attack. Giles with a cross into the box. It's not cleared away ultra convincingly, but Hull City all over United. Giles again. Cross comes in. Cleared away by Maguire. The McBurney Clinic, of course. I'm seated here, Gautam. What a performance. Throwback, really. And that's what happens. Even if you have a decently competent 9, it changes the game, man. Manchester United still using makeshift. Again, what is Michael Carrick waiting for before he brings on the likes of Kobe Mainu and Benjamin Šeško? Again, so casual by Luke Shaw. This is so bad from Manchester United. Oh my word. Here's Coyle. I mean, some of the passes that they've played, it's almost like they've just given up. On the right-hand side. Decent movement here. Luke Shaw woefully out of position. Bellumi now. Bellumi with the left-footed effort. Wow. That was traveling. That was traveling. A nice play there by the Algerian again. Look at the way that Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw just stand off him. Terrible. Ryan Giles is Roberto Carlos. Bloody hell. Oh, Mendy is injured. Is that the kind of ray of hope Manchester United were hoping for? The Hull City players falling off. Well, the McBurney tattoo is absolutely fire. This is beyond United. Aman, should I copy-paste the chat? Well, Mendy has to soldier on. Happily in disbelief. It shouldn't be disbelief, really. Well, United did finish third last season, Aman, and credit to them. But the performances, yes, the big games, they did end up playing well. But otherwise, in terms of like sustained play, haven't seen from Manchester United yet, man. There've been very few games where they really dominate possession and really have that sustained period of attacks. But Mendy is off is a huge blow for Hull City, man. So youngster is replacing him. Harrington. Can Manchester United try and exploit Hull's perceived weakness now in defense with Harrington coming off for Mendy? You won't catch me crying if United getting bombed. I know that now. Guess what percentage of duels Hull would have won? Just guess. Well, Gautam, you're my stats man. I would love some stats, and I would like some Bruno Fernandes stats as well, if you might as well throw in it. But I'm going to guess about 85%. They won everything, mind you. Come on, throw some stats here. Got about 25 minutes left. There's another change happening here. Oh, Ajay is off as well. Both goal scorers off. Harrington is on. And is that Paddy McNair? Oh, Gautam, are we seeing a Manchester United legend here? Is that Paddy McNair? Louis van Gaal's boys, arise. Where are you getting these stats from, Gautam? Gautam is our resident stats man. 70% are so close. Need to know those Bruno stats for the game. We'll go at it. We will see a lot of completed passes, long balls. Oh, is that a foul? No. It looks like Cunha was trying to buy it. Gautam, is that Paddy McNair? Are we seeing the legend here for Hull City? Tyler Blackett, Paddy McNair. Who else did you have? Who is that? Was that Cameron Borthwick Jackson? Why do I remember this? Here's Fernandes. Thought about the shot. Oh, now you guys want to zero down on a player when I do it for Dogu. Oh, shame on you, man, for comparing Dogu and Fernandez. Shame on you. That's the thing. Dogu is off. What's changed? Nothing. Here's Rashford. Outside of the boot pass for Luke Shaw. Decent cutback. Cunha with the first time effort. Well blocked. Much better there from United. Under 25 minutes remaining. They really have to throw it on here. Here's Maguire. Playing the 1-2 with Tielemans. Maguire has been the biggest threat for Manchester United, really. Here is Harry Maguire. Mazraoui's ball in. Well defended. Hull have defended their box brilliantly, man. That is McNair. Yes. Is he going to keep a clean sheet or is he going to let a dubious goal in? Come on. Harrington and McNair on for Ajay, and Mendy is a huge blow for Sergei Yarikovich's men. Here's Fernandez. Shaw. Cunha having to fetch. Again, Cunha has just been all over the front line, really. What a good ball in, and Mazraoui nearly fullback to fullback. It was a difficult chance for him. Once again, it's those balls in from the wide areas. We saw Harry Maguire do that in the first half. This time it was Luke Shaw, and the double change that we expected a lot more early on now comes on. And it's Andres Santos coming off for Kobbie Mainoo. Oh, well, it's Tielemans and Santos both coming off. Šeško and Mainoo are on, which means that it looks like Bruno Fernandes could be the man in the pivot alongside Kobbie Mainoo. This is certainly interesting here from Michael Carrick. Manchester United's midfield now, yes, not the best of times, but look a lot more lighter. But Kobbie Mainoo makes things tick a lot better. Concerning debut, Gotham, or are you just going to give that a pass for both Santos and Tielemans? Lovely feed by Belumi, man. He is really impressed. Algerian number 10 operating on that right-hand side. Good first-time pass there by Giles. Here's Strode. Fires it towards McBurney. Good defending by Luke Shaw. Oh, Bruno Fernandes loses a critical duel. And now Fernandes just launches it forward. Again, Fernandes just keeps playing those long balls. United, no sustained possession. Exactly. Mazraoui and Mbeumo. Exactly the same. The beard, the hair, even the boots. They've got a bit of a red tinge on them. Impossible to see who is who. 0 on 10 debuts for both. I like the honesty, Gautam. I would say maybe 2 on 10, 3 on 10 to be a bit more generous, but 0 on 10 was not too far away. Oh, the Hull players are crumbling here. It's going to be the third change by the looks of it. Again, it almost felt like something fishy is going to happen for Manchester United to pull themselves back in this game. And it looks like the third injury for Hull has happened here, approaching the 70-minute mark. Christos Zolis remains the debut king, says Haman. Well, we're going to see a lot of debuts this weekend. Going to see Spurs' players, Tonali, Fernandes, Jean-Paul Van Hecke. Some of the attackers that we might see tomorrow. We're going to see Elliot Anderson having his debut in the midfield. Who else are we going to see? The Liverpool attackers. Are we going to see Jeremy Jacquet? He's going to be a very, very good centre defender for Liverpool. And then, of course, for Chelsea, we've got Marco Palestra, Morgan Rogers, Maxence Lacroix. So, Christos Zolis, as it stands, will have the debut of the weekend. Well, Aman, I'm going to probably introduce that as the performance of the week in my Monday hour-long stream. That is Monday Under the Sun. Debut of the weekend. As it stands, Christos Zolis. This is ending 3-0. Gautam has had it. Well, Liam Miller is coming on for Hull City. Julio Enciso starting for Ipswich Town, as Chelsea got about 40 million for Enciso. I say Chelsea, but Blue Co. I'll be on YouTube all night. If this finishes 3-0, I'll watch every crash out. Even if it ends 2-0, there's still the crash out that's going to happen. With 70 minutes on the clock, United, as it stands, drawing a blank. Double substitution here for Hull City. Stroud's off for Liam Miller. Will be a like-for-like change. Coyle's off as well. And he's been replaced on that right-hand side by Drame. Cody Drame will be operating as right wing back. Again, that back five for Hull City has chopped and changed a lot in the second 45 minutes. Here's Harry Maguire. Under 20 minutes remain. United have not troubled Konstantinos Zoulakis in goal nearly as enough. They've struggled against the deep block, and Hull City are pretty much giving the rest of the league the blueprint to play against Manchester United. Here is Harry Maguire. That's a good pass. Luke Shaw operating in the half spaces here. Now onto the left-hand side to Marcus Rashford. Rashford being shut down there. Good challenge. And now Hull City on the counter-attack. That's a poor-looking pass there by Drame, the substitute, trying to play the expansive pass first up. Here is the Slovenian, Benjamin Šeško, who made all that impact in his first season for United off the bench. Scoring double digits, certainly a healthy return. Ball in there by Shaw. That's much better, with Manchester United's having crosses as their primary source of creation. You want to, now that Šeško's on the pitch, the 6'5" striker, start feeding the crosses a lot more. Here's Liam Miller. That should be a foul by Mazraoui. Belumi has good genes. His dad was probably the greatest Algerian player ever, if not for Zizou. Well, Algerian bowlers, right? Nabil Fekir, Samir Nasri, of course, Zinedine Zidane. Who else? Well, Riyad Mahrez will claim the original Algerian bowler tag. Karim Benzema has Algerian descent as well, isn't he? They've got a lot of them. At least in the early noughties or mid-noughties, 2000s that is. That's when you saw that Algerian imports moving into the France team. Hatim Ben Arfa, was he Algerian as well, of Algerian descent, or is he Moroccan? I'm not really sure, but those are the kind of bowlers that we are so accustomed to see from Algeria. Giles has looked very good. What a ball that is into the box. You're waiting for a bit of support here. McBurney could have pulled the trigger. Here's a substitute from distance. Oh, that's so close. Drame's first involvement, nearly finding the bottom corner. Great strike there. Just screws it wide. And United coming very close to conceding the third. Well, that's a chance, and fair play to Hull. They keep going here. Another long ball forward. Cunha having to chase this down. I mean, Manchester United let go of this long ball forward gimmick, man. It's just going to kill you in the long run. Just no sustained period of possession. It's a lot of chasing. It's a lot of running. Here's Fernandez. Shaw. Kobbie Mainoo. Bypass. Not yet having the impact. First touch for Kobbie Mainoo. This is pure rage bait. Is it though? Is it? Well, the performance, it's just going to have to be forgotten here by the looks of it. Somehow try and nick a point has to be Manchester United's tactics here. But how are they going to score, man? It's just going to be crosses into the box, isn't it? What else is Manchester United capable of doing here? Rashford, since coming on, has had a few moments. Again, it's a ball towards the half space. That's a poor ball in, man. That's terrible from Bruno Fernandes. Terrible. Well, this is just about the perfect start for Hull City. Return to the Premier League as Giles' effort takes a bit of a deflection. 15 minutes remaining, boys. Nothing has changed. And that's the concern. We're going to get to the concern in a bit. Let's see whether or not Manchester United makes something from this attack. Here is Rashford. Fernandez. Kobbie. Fernandez again. Here's Cunha in the number 10 position. Fernandez again keeps it well. Nusayr Mazraoui. Brian Mbeumo. Goes on the inside, and Mbuemo tries to find the top corner. Not the best decision there by Brian Mbuemo. Has to drive towards the byline and try and cut that across. Instead, he goes for the curler. Hull City, once again, another attack palmed away. All right, we've had 30 minutes in the second half. Carrick has made changes and nothing has changed. What does that mean? What does that mean, boys? It's the system. It's the style of play that has to be brought under question because, oh, that's a terrible pass. Konstantino Zoulakis, the last thing Hull should be doing here is giving Manchester United a route back here, because if United score one, they have every chance of quickly picking up the second and maybe even the third here. That's how United work. When the momentum is on their side, they are a good team, but you see this current iteration of United, which we're going to see a lot more of as the season goes on. They're a hard watch. Again, Maguire's heat map is going to be a lot more attacking in those right-hand side half spaces, man. The number of times we've seen him there, absolutely wild. There is Mazraoui. Shut down immediately by Liam Miller. Cleared away, Kobbie Mainoo. Good just control from him. I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say the thing. Say it. Oh, here's Maguire. Luke Shaw. Shut him down. And the offside flag raised. United must improve in a number of areas, including passing, creating chances, and defending. If you know, you know. David Moyes' greatest ever quote. It means Michael Carrick will underperform for 2.5 years and not get sacked, and finally United will realize they got scammed like they did with Ole. Well, the comparisons were there, and of course Michael Carrick was in the backroom staff when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the manager of Manchester United, so United very much keeping it in-house here in terms of managerial movements. And after the way it ended with Erik ten Hag and Ruben Amorim, Manchester United like, we might just be better off. Oh, that's a brilliant pass here. And Mbuemo's through on goal. Brian Mbuemo. It's a weak attempt in the end. Zoulakis makes a good save. And just like that, Manchester United turned defense into attack in the blink of an eye. It's counter-attack once again. Cunha with a brilliant pass. Mbuemo, first touch is decent. It's a decent strike on his right foot as well. He doesn't get the power on it because he's off balance. Good enough there by Paddy McNair, and that was the first real opportunity. You're all acting like the season finishes tomorrow. No, it's a long season, man. It's going to be so many ups and downs. Especially August is not the best month to judge a lot of teams. Oh, Maguire, free header here. Chance for United. They do manage to clear. Well, yeah, August for every team, man. Fitness is going to be a concern. It's pretty much a level playing field in August because nobody's really at full clip. September, October is when the fitness element gets a lot more pronounced. Need a Bruno goal. Fuck off, man. You don't need a Bruno goal now. Fuck your FPL. Here's Kobbie Mainoo. Fernandes being put under pressure by Liam Miller. All Manchester United here. Don't give any stupid fouls here. Liam Miller. His enthusiasm showcased. Mbuemo. Heaven. Better this from United. Maguire left wing shifts. It's not just right wing here. Now Shaw. Shut down nicely there. Harry Maguire. He's been Manchester United's most driving force, really. He's the one who's carrying it from centre half position into the half spaces, trying to drag that forward. Mazraoui is off for Dalot, and is that Shea Lacey? I think it is. And he might be coming on for one of the Manchester United attackers. It could be Cunha coming off. Yes, it is. Shea Lacey will be playing in that number 10 position. Very impressive youngster. Carrington boy. Dalot and Lacey on. Well, Gotham, that's not the first time we have seen Maguire on the wing, mind you. We have seen him both on the left wing and the right wing. So Maguire putting on a total performance, really, in terms of the heat map. Well, final 10 minutes. Michael Carrick has made all his 5 substitutions, I believe. Marcus Rashford came on. Sheshko and Kobbie Mainoo. And now Shea Lacey and Diogo Dalot. 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here. Hull City with the perfect first performance to announce their return back to the Premier League. Oh, it's a good run there by Liam Miller. Immediately Dalot gets caught here. Now Liam Miller for Hull City to add the third. Here's Miller with the cutback. Well defended. No surprise it's been Harry Maguire. He has been Manchester United's best player, Gautam. No doubt about that. Yes, he was at fault for the first goal, not reacting as quickly as Manchester United would have liked it to. Nice pass there by Shea Lacey. Was that Lacey? I'm not really sure, but it is Lacey who's making the run into midfield now. Now Rashford, ball in here for Šeško. Well, that's a great ball in, well defended by Egan. Benjamin Šeško is an absolute unit at 6'5". It's got a great leap on him. United playing a lot more crosses into the box. Luke Shaw in the half spaces. Rashford holding the width. Decent ball in. Šeško not getting the right kind of connection. Manchester United take a short corner here. And Mbeumo floats it into the box. Good defensive header. Childs tries to win it. Liam Miller should just look to hammer this forward, which he does. Hull need to push out here. Hull just caught back. Manchester United dominating territory. Fernandez's ball in. Easy for Zolakis. Fernandez just trying to start off these quick attacks, quick balls in behind. None of it has worked. So far, the best ball that we have seen has been from Matheus Cunha as a through ball for Bryan Mbeumo. Zolakis is just taking the piss a little bit here with his passing. Last thing Hull need to do is just open the door for Manchester United. Maguire has been best midfielder, striker, winger, best goal threat and making channeled runs. He has been all over the shop. 8 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here. Well, that's just forced Manchester United to make more moves in the summer window here. Left winger, left back. Two possible positions that they can certainly improve on. Here's Rashford, finds Shaw. Good defending by Bellumi. Want to hear how Villa have tortured Unai today? They just got him good. What the hell? Oh man. They hate Unai Emery, man. They just hate him. They freaking hate him. There's no other explanation. They want him out. I think Villa both feel that, oh shit, man, like Unai Emery is going to threaten ambition from us. We're going to have to invest because this guy is the real deal. Let's just sabotage him. How else do you explain the last two summer windows that Aston Villa have had, man? Fuck off. As much as I love Aston Villa, I hate their sporting division, man. I mean, for a team that unearthed gems, right? The likes of John Duran. Even if you look at Brian Maggio now, this is a good run here by Rashford. Mainu with the strike, well blocked. Goretzka of all people, man. He's going to die in that midfield region. I mean, oof. They don't like Unai Emery. I'm convinced. I am absolutely convinced. Thanks for ruining it. Oh, wow. It proved me wrong. Prove me wrong. Goretzka in 2026. Man. We're almost 2027 now. Fernandez with yet another long ball. Fernandez dropped his gimmick, man. Just keep it short. Keep it sustained. Look at Maguire again in the right-hand side half space. On his left foot. Maguire with the strike. It's on target. Captain-like performance for Manchester United, but unfortunately for Maguire, he's been captaining a losing side. Good strike on his left foot. Maguire's ex-Hull too, right? Yeah, I remember he did play against Chelsea when I think we had Antonio Conte as our manager, 2016-17, when Maguire was at Hull. He looked good. United putting more crosses in than the Romans versus I mean, I think last season there was a complaint that Šeško wasn't getting enough balls in. Now it's just like, just cross on sight. Oh, Matt Target is on here. Is he ex-Villa or ex-Aston Villa or ex-Newcastle? I think he was ex-Newcastle. Always helps that Hull City have some ex-Premier League pros in their side. Well, 40 minutes of the second half. This is a very concerning Manchester United performance. And any sort of optimism that was built, especially with that Carlos Baleba signing, has all vanished in match week 1. Well, they do have Ipswich next week at home. Another comfortable fixture for Manchester United. We knew that this one wouldn't be, and it's turned out as such. But playing both promoted sides as your first 2 games is pretty much the dream scenario, really. Here's Maguire. Another switch out onto the left-hand side. Luke Shaw brings it down nicely. Here's Menu. Kobbie Mainoo now. Left-footed ball in. Again, it just crosses into the box. What's happening here? I mean, Benjamin Šeško has not gotten close to any of them. I mean, one of the balls where he got close-ish, but other than that, it just crosses into the box. Gautam, stats time? How many crosses have Manchester United attempted and successfully attempted too? So attempts and successfully completed. I want both those stats. Here's Mbeumo. That chance for Brian Mbeumo still remains the key one, because if that goes in, it changes the game. Rashford. Maguire again slips it through. Look at Harry Maguire. Right-hand side half space. Left-hand side half space. Shaw with the ball in. Easy for Zolakis. Terrible. Terrible again. Well, all that space on the left-hand side. Michael Carrick. Watching his side possibly lose their first game. Well, it's more than just a possibility now. Here's Crooks. Crooks and Slater in midfield have been excellent. Here's McNair. Good pass. Finding Liam Miller. He's up against Diogo Dalot. He can really have a run at him. Dalot defends well and shows good composure. Mainoo. Fernandes. Well, Mainoo and Fernandes was the midfield pivot under Ruben Amorim, isn't it? And in the second half, we've seen that pivot return here with Santos and Tielemans both getting hooked. Very good challenge by the young substitute on Marcus Rashford. Excellent, and a brilliant pass. And some of the Hull City players have really impressed. Yes, they're going, oh, lovely touch around the corner. Hull City on the ball have been so much better than Manchester United. Here's Miller being shut down. Shea Lacey finds Maguire. Bruno Fernandes. Šeško. Mbeumo. Poor from Mbeumo. Shut down immediately. Should look to clear, and Zolakis does just exactly that. And runs down the clock even further. 2 minutes per stoppage time remaining. Manchester United fans, talk to me. Is it as simple as saying this has been a shit day at the office? Or is there deeper concerns? Here's Rashford. Bruno Fernandes. On his left foot. Why is he shooting there? But they get a corner. It's a terrible decision by Bruno Fernandes to shoot. But he'll get a corner. And Manchester United, by the looks of it, the only source of creativity is crosses into the box. A corner could be the one where Bruno Fernandes finds Harry Maguire. Hull City, simple as it comes. One on Šeško, one on Maguire. 2 each if needed. They take it short. Interesting as Fernandes drives it in. Good goalkeeping. Again, Fernandes' final ball has been absolutely trash here today. Manchester United skipper. There are definitely deeper concerns. This is literally the same performance versus Milan. Now, you watch that game, Gautam, and if you see patterns emerging, right, in back-to-back games, like 2 or 3 games on the bounce, we'll see that Ipswich is going to be a different performance. I expect Manchester United to win, but if you see these patterns emerging, it's a huge cause of concern. And the problem is, as a fan and as a supporter, you can't unsee it. And those kind of concerns will always haunt you. Even if you're having a good period, you know that your team is very much capable of putting out stinkers like this. So there's just that confidence, that continuous confidence that a team can build. I don't think Manchester United have it in them yet. It could change, and it could change now here. Šeško can't get his shot away. Here's Mainoo. Well, that's the thing, right? He started off with Santos and Tielemans in midfield. Does he drop either one of them for Kobbie Mainoo against Ipswich? If he does, which he has every right to do considering the way that both of them have performed here. But you don't want your new signings to be dropped immediately, if you know what I mean. Even if it's a game against a relegation side, right? I believe Michael Carrick could very easily run the Tielemans and Andre Santos pivot again, because dropping either one of them for Meno, which is a real possibility and it should and could happen, but it's a huge blow for them psychologically. And can they respond? Especially someone like Andre Santos. I'm sure Tielemans will be fine, right? Because Tielemans is an experienced player. He's seen a lot of ups and downs. But if you take off someone like Andre Santos, it's a confidence shattering move here. And I don't see how Tielemans and Menu are going to play in midfield, even though it's a relegation. I mean, it's a newly promoted side and you're playing them at home. Interesting calls for Michael Carrick. Even the front line will be brought into question. He got the balance all wrong here. He started Patrick Drogo at left wing. He started Cunha as a striker and Buemo on the right hand side. A lot of square pegs and round holes, and that has not worked. Are we going to see Marcus Rashford, Sheshko, Buemo, and Fernandes as the front four against Ipswich? That's going to be interesting to see. Kobe is undroppable in my opinion. Look at the difference in the second half. Yes, shit performance, but we're not getting bodies in mid. We're not getting bodied in the middle. I think that's what you meant there, Gotham. I mean, I don't want to lean in too much into the second half performance because Hull City don't really have to come out and play. They just had to sit back and pretty much allow you guys to have the ball, right? I mean, yes, he's put in a much better performance than Yuri Tielemans, but and that's the thing, right? Between Tielemans and Kobe Menu, is there a real undroppable player in there? Manchester United fans will surely think that it is Kobe Menu, and he might end up starting there. So it's going to be interesting how Michael Carrick does get that midfield balance happening here. What a great step to the PL by the Bumblebees. Brilliant, man. Aren't they the Tigers? Hull City Tigers? Sheshko's header. Another cross into the box. Gotham, the match is almost over. Please, I need my stats, my friends. How many attempted crosses by Manchester United and how many of them completed? Please, give me a bit of a chuckle before full time. I'm not going to laugh too much, mind you. I mean, Chelsea are playing Fulham in a couple days' time. What goes around does come around, and Manchester United and Chelsea have been the Chuckle Brothers in the Premier League over the last few seasons. And making sure all of the fan groups have a great time this season. 99-1, TJ, that's some off the top of the head, some off the cuff stats, which you know what could be true. We have had 8 accurate crosses attempted, 50 odd. Oof. Is that even right? I mean, both stats seems weird. 8 in heaven. Just feeling the cramps here. Again at centre half, Lisandro Martinez. Is De Ligt fit for you guys? I mean, we haven't seen him since like October, November, really. Not really sure if Matthijs De Ligt will get a run of games here, but Aiden Heaven has got the nod of approval. The numbers might be wrong, but the ratio is spot on. That is spot on, TJ, that's for sure. Luke Shaw playing 90 minutes in 2026. It's Michael Carrick. Luke Shaw, Fernandes, Harry Maguire. How many more years, guys? How many more years? They're always at the scene of the crime. Here's Bruno Fernandes in the deeper position here. He's going to launch this forward. Nope, decides to keep it short. Menu, 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Manchester United, can they at least open their account for the new season here against the newly promoted side? Menu, Fernandes. Bruno again. Clip ball into the box. Easy work. Terrible, man. Just terrible. Just the unwillingness to play any sort of football. I mean, Manchester United's best attacker has been Harry Maguire, mind you. That is not an over-exaggeration. I'm not even taking the piss. He has been your best attacker. Ken Fernandes just launches it towards Maguire. Look at the immaculate chest control from Harry Maguire. Out for a goal kick. That's all United do. Launch it forward. Sack Carrick, says Taron Joseph. Just by sacking Carrick, it's not going to change, man. They've got somebody who wears the number 8 who keeps launching it. Yeah, keep him for a while. The Hull board, some of the owners having a great time. Well, final minute, match number 2 of match week 1, where we saw Arsenal put away Coventry City with ease. One of the promoted sides against one of the established Premier League teams. This one, a complete 180 in terms of the result and performance. Hull City, full value for the 3 points, man. And as it stands, second in the league. That's a foul on Miller? No? Oh, he's given a foul against Hull City. He's going to give a yellow card to Liam Miller for a dive. That was not in the box. I mean, still a dangerous position as he tries to win a free kick. 20 seconds remaining here. Hull City players and fans can now start to enjoy. Sergei Yakirovich. Much respect, sir. He has masterminded a 3 points of real comfort here. Great performance from the newly promoted side. They're not just beating Manchester United, they're going to keep a clean sheet by the looks of it. And from their return into the Premier League, listen to the sound here at the stadium at the MKM. It is Hull City who have thoroughly deserved to beat Manchester United back to their return to the Premier League. Ajayi and Mendy scoring in the first half. Manchester United draw a blank in match week 1, and their start couldn't have been any worse, as it's Hull City with the 3 points and the 2 goals. The negative goal different Reds are back, says Gautam Ashok, as that was a terrible Manchester United performance. There's absolutely no sugarcoating it. The same players that we've seen last season at the scene of the crime, and nothing really changes. I mean, Michael Carrick will be the first one to be chucked under the bus if things go wrong, right? But there are deeper issues with Manchester United, and we're going to see that continuing. Luckily for Michael Carrick, he's got Ipswich at home next game. But if they don't win it, or even if they draw, the pressure on Carrick mounts immediately. That's how crazy things get in the Premier League. And a few weeks in, if United don't get that first victory, Michael Carrick will be under huge stress. Well, there you have it, a 3-0 and a 2-0 to start off the watch-alongs for the new season of Under the Sun. And it should be a whole lot interesting tomorrow as we're doing back-to-back watch-alongs. It's going to be hectic tomorrow for me, as it's going to be Manchester City versus Bournemouth first up. And then after that at St. James's Park, where Liverpool will be making the travels to a Newcastle side that have been decimated. Players, managers, everything has gone south for Newcastle United up north, as they'll try and keep Andoni Iraola's side at bay here. It's going to be very interesting. A lot of enjoyment for sure, as the Manchester United players clap the travelling fans who have been served a bowl of shit, let's be honest, in the first game. Oh, the first episode for Amazon again for Manchester United. All part of the plan, isn't it? It's 4D chess being played by Manchester United. Try and get the numbers up for the Amazon doc first episode. Well, Pratik, all the excitement, enthusiasm and optimism heading into match week 1, and it all goes crashing down. Hull City, deserved winners. Absolutely brilliant from them, man. Fair play. Sergei Yakirovich, he is a serious manager, and having gained Hull promotion through the playoffs, he started off managing in the Premier League with a victory, and he's got a huge scalp, something that the Hull City fans will not forget in a hurry. Great scenes here for the newly promoted sides. Yakirovich looks to business. Back to the drawing board for Michael Carrick. Fun game, so glad Mbeumo didn't score. I'm happy that Fernandes didn't score and and Maguire doesn't score or get the clean sheet either. Shame on you, Manny. Do not show Manchester United support on the chat, especially when you claim to wear the blue jersey. Do it silently. Do it on the chat, but never root for them on the chat here. Anyways, guys, it's been a lot of fun, man. This stream has delivered. Yesterday's stream was a bit of a hard watch considering how comfortable Arsenal were throughout the 90 minutes and then some. But today, to see Manchester United struggle against the newly promoted Hull has certainly brought a smile to my face. Hopefully, Chelsea win their first game on Monday night so that I can properly enjoy the first week of the Premier League returning to action. Congratulations to Hull City, man. They looked a business, and it could get pretty uncomfortable for a lot of the big teams at the MKM Stadium. Full time here, Hull City 2, Manchester United 0. Well, thank you so much, guys. This is me, Suraj. I'm done for today. I'll be back tomorrow for the double watch along. And of course, on Monday night, Chelsea traveling to Craven Cottage. Xabi Alonso versus Alvaro Arbeloa, the two ex-Real Madrid managers, going heads up. First game of the season. Don't tell me the fixture list isn't rigged. But we're going to see that tomorrow and day after. Busy, busy days. 3 more watch-alongs. And then, of course, on Monday, before the watch-along for the Chelsea Fulham game, I will be live around 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. India time for Monday Under the Sun. So that's the lineup. Until Monday, I'll see you guys tomorrow.